Some things in life are just guaranteed. The sun will rise, the wind will blow, politicians are gonna lie, and the Clippers, well, they'll be the Clippers. LA's second team has spent decades chasing relevance, trying to carve out their piece of the city from the Lakers' shadow. They've tried young, fun teams, high-flying teams, hard-nosed teams, and teams with older stars, and all of them came up short. But is this the year? Do they finally have the right players, chemistry, and circumstances to break through, take over LA, and actually win? Can we trust the Clippers to do just that, and can we trust them to not revert back to the franchise of old? Well, let's break it all down. Let's start with what they did this offseason. They re-signed Hall of Fame point guard James Harden to a 2-year, $81.5 million contract, drafted Swiss giant of a human Yannick Conan Niederhauser from Penn State, signed veteran big man with championship pedigree Brook Lopez for super cheap. But the two biggest summer transactions were even better than those. Trading away bench scoring machine Norman Powell for Jazz big man John Collins is the first. Getting off of Powell a year before him wanting a big pay raise was smart business, especially with getting John Collins, who is exactly the type of big man James Harden loves to play with. He's long, bouncy, and willing to run. You're going to see plenty of highlight alley-oops between these two this coming season. Most were a bit stunned by the dumping of Powell, but it now looks like they had the insights on the next big move before anybody else. The Suns waived and stretched Bradley Beal's gigantic contract, making him a free agent. Beal looks to be a seamless fit right into the hole left after the above trade, and getting him cheap and on essentially a 1-year contract means Beal is going to be motivated to play well and get out in free agency next year to get paid. Adding this type of offseason to the 5th seed in the Western Conference, who lost to Denver in a hard-fought 7-game series, is building the Clippers' chances of breaking through. James Harden was 3rd-team All-NBA and is still putting up his usual stats. He is getting older, but it doesn't look like it with his regular season stats last year of 22, 5, and 8. Ivica Zubac had a breakout year last season. I had him on my 3rd-team All-NBA, and I thought he was a top 3 big man in the league. He averaged 17 and 13, played elite defense, and is a big man that won't be played off the floor at the end of playoff games. 28 other teams in the league are dying for a guy like this. Kawhi played on 37 games. But when he did play, again, he reminded us all how damn good he actually is. This is the first summer in years where he is not rehabbing all summer, but actually gets to work on his already deathly game. Then they have a quartet of killer role players coming back too. Chris Dunn is a top 5 perimeter defender in the NBA. Derrick Jones Jr. is a long, athletic, and damn good defender. Bogdan Bogdanovic is instant offense off the bench, but also has proven to be a legit playoff player, and Nick Batum is the ultimate glue guy role player championship teams need to win. The Clippers front office has built a veteran 10-man rotation that can play any style needed. Now the question is, how far can they go? Can we trust the Clippers to break through? Well, no. After all that praise, my answer is not just no, but it's an emphatic, confident no. They will win regular season games because their coaches in Ty Lue and Jeff Van Gundy are 2 of the best and will get the most out of this team, but at the end of the day, in the playoffs, I cannot and will not trust this Clippers team. How can I say that after everything I just laid out about them, you ask? Well, here you go. Chris Dunn is an absolute zero on offense. Teams will not even attempt to guard him. Jones Jr. has played for 6 teams. Why? Well, because he can't shoot and he's very inconsistent offensively. Those 2 will get completely played off the court on offense. The Bucks just let Lopez go before they knew about getting Miles Turner. That should tell you something. Nick Batum is old. Sorry, I know I'm old too, but at some point it's just not going to work. John Collins is just not consistent. But the Hawks and Jazz had him for years and were always using him as trade bait. Again, that should tell you something. Bogdanovic is good, but also wildly inconsistent. Now, Zubac is awesome. Every team outside of Colorado wants this guy, and I couldn't love him more. Even with all of that, I could probably get with this team until I get to these next 2, Kawhi Leonard and James Harden. Kawhi, you just can't count on. Since the 2016-2017 NBA season, when he was third in the MVP voting, he has missed 290 regular season games. That's over 3.5 seasons. And before this season's playoffs, he had missed 12 of the Clippers' last 14 playoff games. He doesn't play enough. We are heading into his 14th NBA season. Are we expecting him to all of a sudden be a beacon of health? How do you build a team around your best player with no clue if that best player is going to play? As the old saying goes, the best ability is availability. He just can't stay healthy. Then there's James Harden. Back in 2009, I was out with some friends at a bar before a concert, and my best friend asked a question. Who do you want for the rest of their careers, James Harden or Steph Curry? I answered with James Harden. My reasoning was he was bigger, stronger, and Steph is injured. My thought process was you can trust him more long term. That's still the worst take I've ever had in my life. Look, James Harden is a great player. He has won the MVP and will be a first ballot Hall of Famer, but as a playoff performer, he 100% cannot be trusted. Proof, you ask? Well, in 2015 in the Western Conference Finals versus the Warriors, he had 14 points on 2-11 shooting with 13 turnovers. You need another one? Okay. 2017 Western Conference Semifinals versus the Spurs. 10 points on 2-11 shooting, 6 turnovers, and the Spurs didn't have Kawhi at that point. 2023, the Eastern Conference Semis versus the Celtics. Game 6, chance to close them out at home. 13 points, 25% shooting with 5 turnovers. The second chance in Game 7, he's got this, right? No, 9 points on 3 of 11 shooting. Oh, how about with the Clippers this past season? Game 5 versus the Nuggets, 11 points. But just like 2023, you had a second chance in Game 7. 7 points on 2 of 8 shooting. I think I've made my point, but there are many more I could have referenced. Now, the Harden defenders will say there were some good ones in there and he carries you there. That's gotta mean something, right? Yes, his regular season work is great, and he has had some tremendous playoff performances mixed in, but results matter. In the 2023 series with the Celtics that I mentioned earlier, he carried Philly without star Joel Embiid in the beginning of the series to even get to a Game 6 or 7. In Game 1, he had 45, and Game 4, he had 42. But then, in the biggest games, he dropped 13 and 9. And the results speak for themselves. Harden repeatedly doesn't show up when it really matters. So, in my own humble opinion, for all the good they have done building this team, you cannot trust the Clippers. They will set you up, get you feeling all positive and good, and then let you down. Hell, they got me this past season. I made a video thinking they were going to beat the Nuggets, then they came out in Game 7 and got run off the court. So no, I'm not trusting the Clippers. Not with Harden, not with Kawhi. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me 37 playoff series in a row, well, that's on me then. Another reason I can't trust them is who they have to play out west. Here are 2 videos on their competition out west in the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Denver Nuggets and how both of them are ready to make a run at the defending champs from Oklahoma City. Now, if you like that rant and you like the content that we provide, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us grow and reach NBA fans just like you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.